In the last video, I talked a little bit very briefly about the exam. And like I said, more information can be found on Moodle. I also mentioned that you have to write a reflection, and you might ask yourself, what is a good reflection? So let me briefly try to explain that, because it's not so easy. First of all, a good reflection is not a theoretical paper. So if you want to use references that we're going to use in class as well, and that I will provide you with a reading, feel free to do so. But the literature, the theory, should not be your first consideration when writing a reflection. So I just told you what I do not expect to see, but what will I expect to see? What I expect to see is that you are describing a certain dilemma you have faced or you are facing right now, which is related to your individual experience when it comes to change, to management, to leadership, because these are the topics that we will broadly cover in the class. And I'm very interested in dilemmata, so situations where you don't really know what is the best thing to do, where you are stuck between two decisions and both probably might be equally good or equally worse, so you don't know what is happening. And it can be an actual dilemma, so something that is happening right now, that you are faced with right now at work or at the university. It can also be a situation from your past. So something that you have experienced and you are still sitting with it. It is still bugging you. You are still annoyed by that because something has happened and you don't really know why did that happen. And in that case, the reflection paper is your chance to make sense out of the situation. Sense making means that you're trying to get a new angle, a new perspective, a fresh perspective on whatever has happened to help you to understand your role and the role of others a little bit more. And we will talk about roles quite a lot in class as well. So this is the idea of a good reflection paper. A good reflection paper always considers at least two perspectives: your perspectives on the situation and another perspective where you think about your parts. So one thing is that you say the others, forgive me my clear words, are idiots. But what is missing is, what is your part in all of that? Because you might know that if you are pointing with a finger at someone, one finger is directing into the bad circumstances and the situation as a whole, while one finger is pointing at the other person. At the same time, three fingers are pointing back at you. So what is your part in all that? And I want you to at least include these two perspectives. So what did the others do? And what did you do to arrive at the outcome or to construct the dilemma that you describe? Like I said, all relevant information about how long it should be and probably some other requirements can be found on Moodle. But that is more or less a good dilemma. Don't try to shine in the paper. I'm also interested in your shadow side. So what is going wrong? Don't try to sell me something. And I'm very curious to read all your papers, usually in the last classes. I don't know how many I did so far. It went very well, so don't worry about that. Just go with the flow and start journaling after each class. So after each class, sit down, and just for 5 minutes, write down, what did you observe? What are you curious about? What annoyed you? What did you find surprising? What did you not observe that you were thinking it should happen? And these guiding questions will also be made available in the first class so that you have a structure for journaling. And out of these journals, at the end, you can compile your final paper, your final reflection paper.